Hello everyone, welcome back to SwitchUp. Yes, these are chinos.
Nice, very tasteful.
What do you reckon?
Looking good.
Thanks, mate. Thanks.
Suave.
Oh, nice one, nice one. We're gonna have a look at the best sales this week. So we've got what, 50 to 99?
As far as you can go, yeah, pretty much.
I like that, as far as you can go. It never goes to 100% though.
If it does, we'll say it in a video.
We definitely will.
We'll keep our promise.
If you want to save yourself some money on your eShop credit, you can get 5% in cashback over at switchup.gg. You don't need to do anything special. Nothing fancy, Glen.
No, just buy your game and you get 5% off your purchase price back as cash back. So which games are on sale this week? Well, let's find out.
The first game then is Gal Guardian's Demon Purge.
Yeah, they changed the name just after launch, which was odd. I think they even released a physical with one name and then had to change it.
Bet that's worth something now,
Yeah,
isn't it?
quite possibly. But this is, I suppose it's a Metroidvania, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the best way to describe it. Pixel art style. You have two characters. You can play co-op, which is kind of the main draw. And one character has range and the other is more of a melee fighter.
Yeah.
And you have to work together to solve environmental puzzles and obviously defeat enemies as you go. This one has gone full Metroidvania. But very good games, perhaps ones that people don't really know about.
Yeah, I'd say so. They're really good. They meet a few different like genres almost, don't they? They have that Metroidvania, but they also have that like action feel to them.
Yeah, no, decent games, and this one is currently 50% off until I believe the 8th of May.
Her fierce origami slices through foes up close and personal. With an arsenal of
This episode is sponsored by the amazing Playtonic with their release that's coming out actually at the end of May the 27th. It's called Cattle Country and it looks quality. It very much resembles a Stardew Valley-like experience, but set in and around a ranch in the modern day.
Absolutely, as well as your more traditional activities, fishing, crafting, farming, etc. There'll be quests rooted within the Wild West, delivering stories of romance, cattle drives, bandits and robberies.
Not everyone is on your side. There are also bandits, as Glen mentions, and various characters who may not have your best interests at heart.
You can make friends though, and there are 18 romanceable characters within the game, and aside from relationships, there's also treasure to be found in the mines and critters to be found in the woodlands.
This one's releasing on Switch, PS5 and PC, as well as Xbox on May the 27th, and there'll be a physical available as well. Once again, a big thanks to Playtonic for sponsoring this episode.
Bandits lurking on the trail. I reckon they've caught wind of the treasure in them mines. Cattle Country is moseying on.
The next one is Killer Frequency, which I know you loved.
Yeah, I did like this game actually. It's a horror game and it's set in the first person, or viewed from the first person. You're a DJ and you're kind of going about your normal day, and you literally do the whole, you put the records on and stuff, which is a bit wonky. Trying to do that without a pointer of some description, with a second stick is a bit awkward. But once you get past that, basically you get phoned into, it's a radio DJ, so you get a phone call from people that are being chased by a killer.
Okay.
They've been stalked by this killer, and you're trying to help them, listening to what they're telling you about where they are, and you're finding like old documents of maps and things and trying to help them escape, and they can be killed, and obviously it's about trying to keep them all alive to get the best ending.
That's quite cool, isn't it? I like that. So there are multiple endings.
There are, as far as I know, I did it, I got the best ending, but I read that you can, not bragging, just I just did, but you can fail and they can die, and I'm pretty sure that does change the ending.
Yeah.
But no, it's a very interesting premise. It's fairly well executed, not perfect.
Right.
But again, on a sale, 66% off, I think I just read. The time to try it out, I would say.
Heather's got this.
Next up then, and I've put this one on here with the premise that one of the games isn't perfect, is the Batman Arkham Trilogy, which is down to its lowest price. It's 60% off. You're getting two excellent games and then one that doesn't perform very well.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. To be honest, even if it did perform well, I still don't think that third game is as good.
No.
I just think it was kind of a tired third entry, but that's why it's on a sales list, isn't it?
Yeah,
to caveat the fact that it obviously has some issues, or certainly that third game does. But no, you're absolutely right. Asylum and City are fantastic.
I bet you preferred Asylum.
I did. Yeah, for sure. The linearity of it, I preferred. The fact it was set within a well-known location in the Batman universe, rather than just being, all right, you're in Gotham City, I know, but obviously they had to fill some space with just some generic areas. I liked that first one. It blew my mind when I played it on the 360 back in the day.
Yeah, see, I played it on, I'm pretty sure I played it on PC.
Right.
I'm almost positive I did. And it was one of those, like, you have to build a computer for it games.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. I remember that start sequence where they're like lead him into the jail.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's pucker.
Exactly right. Because I had a Wii at the time, and my mate had a 360, and he was showing me a couple of games, and the first one he put in was this. And as you say, that walk down the corridor when the Joker's all strapped up, I was like, what? This is like, I feel like I've died and gone to gaming heaven. What's happened here? And then he showed me Resi 5, and you know, you're in the sunshine out in that open. I was like, what am I doing? I'm playing like Wii Sports, you know?
1,000 years in the future, right? They're going through like old footage and they're watching this and they're going, did that guy just say he had a Wii?
Yeah.
It's weird. That's weird. That must have been like one of the colloquialisms of the time.
Exactly.
That other guy didn't even seem bothered he had a Wii.
Yeah, dated myself there. Never mind.
Another one that is more targeted towards you, I think, is the Yomawari, the Long Night Collection. So this is 2 games.
2 games, yeah. Horror games with an interesting art style. It's almost isometric from what I remember. You play as, well, they're 2 different stories, 2 different characters, but you're looking for someone in both games. And you're going about the streets and you have to stay in the light. And it's a very odd game. I do enjoy it, but it's kind of got this cutesy art style, which is like massively juxtaposed with the premise and the imagery you're seeing. And it's very. If you're kind of a horror collector, if you're building up a horror collection, this is definitely one to add to it.
Do you think this is just for horror fans, this one, or is it?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. It's the game itself is fine, but it's kind of about that imagery and the weird, locations and the things you're seeing. But a decent game. What are we on for? 80% off. Yeah, I mean, why not?
Happy days.
Yeah.
Following on from that, then we've got a visual novel, WorldEnd Syndrome. That's down to its lowest ever price. I think it's, well, I can say I think, I'm looking at the price right there. It's 85% off.
Yeah, I played this one as well. Again, kind of horror inspired, I suppose, or leans towards horror. It has the kind of visual novel trope of there being some romance angle, but it is more towards the horror, where you kind of attach yourself to one of the female characters within the game, and then the story will shift towards that person, which means there's a lot of replayability.
When you say attach, you mean build a relationship?
Build a relationship with, yeah, absolutely. As you look for this killer. I enjoyed it, actually. It does take a while to get going. In fact, I seem to remember like 5 hours in, the prologue ends.
Really? One of those?
And the game starts and it's quite different to the prologue, actually. I was like, oh, well, okay, that's, But if you like your visual novels, and again, if you've got any sort of interest in horror or horror stories, one to consider, I would say.
Following on from that, I thought we would put on one of the best action RPGs. It's Dragons, Dogma, Dark Arisen. It's weird, isn't it? Like, when you mention these games, you remember when you first spoke about them.
Yeah.
It's been so many years now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been 80 years. But 83% off, it's like £4, something like that. It's absolute peanuts.
Yeah, that's a crazy price, isn't it? That's a proper meaty game, isn't it? That you get stuck into for £4. Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's almost rude not to by that point, isn't it?
I think so. And I'd say that we probably will see number 2 on the Switch 2.
On the Switch 2, yeah, I think that's a good bet.
Glad to know you're someone I can trust in times to come.
You will retract those words, sir!
Else suffer what consequence? Gamer mind guessing the lifespan.
The next one is Harvestella, which is half price.
Yeah, you reviewed this, didn't you?
I reviewed it and then I revisited it.
Yep.
I think twice. So at launch, the meat of the game, it's like a life sim, farm sim thing. So you have like this little farm, but then you've got like the normal Square Enix JRPG, and it tried to like fuse those two together. The problem was the farm side was so slow.
Yeah, I mean, so this is more Rune Factory then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if you were to try and find another series that would explain it, I suppose. But whereas in Rune Factory, from the ones I've played at least, it's quite an even split of you can leave one bit alone and just go off and do the other bit. In this one, you were almost forced to go towards the farming, is that right?
Yeah, like it was like you had to do a bit each, I won't even say like day, but you had to do a bit and then go away and do a bit of this and then come back and do a bit the next day. And that was fine. It's just, it was performance-wise, it was literally slow.
Right.
Like whenever you entered your farm, it just went down to like 10 frames a second.
Wow,
It was terrible.
okay, fair enough, yeah.
And it didn't quite do each side. Like, you know, you had your JRPG side and you had your other side. Neither was very refined. Like it was okay, but you really had to persevere to the end to get the best out of it.
Right.
You know, so that's why it's like a perfect sales pickup, really.
And I know a lot of people really do like this game.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't they? They obviously found that balance suited them. So yeah, but if you're curious, then half price is the time to plunge in, I suppose, isn't it?
Plunge right in.
May lost souls find repose.
I'm coming to help!
Humanity, all you have to do is accept the death I have designed for you.
Good morning.
Final Fantasy XII. Now, I've put Final Fantasy XII in it just because I want to talk about Final Fantasy in general. You know,
Fair enough.
I just want to talk about Final Fantasy. But 12 specifically because I never got to play it as a kid.
Right.
I played like 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know whatever happened to 11. Maybe it was on the PS2 or something.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I kind of, after 6, I lost track of it completely.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Someone let me know. Save me from myself. But 12 is great, and I think it's a little bit underrated. I've said this, I mean, I guess it's not so underrated when you've said it a few times, but I feel like it is. You know, didn't get quite the love the others did, but it's a really well done, excellent game.
I suppose it's hard in a series as well known as that for every entry to be as revered as the other. There's always going to be one that maybe is forgotten about or not as much, or not loved as much, sorry, you know.
Definitely. I know we're running a series, we're going to run another episode, a new kind of seriesy thing, aren't we?
Yeah.
Where we're looking at like, what is it?
Like our favourite series / franchises of all time.
Yeah.
And, you know, mild spoiler alert, I'm sure one of yours will be Final Fantasy.
Might be. Could be, but there's some bits I want to talk about specifically I'm going to save for that video.
Yeah, good stuff.
Then we got BLaz Blue, or BLaz Blue?
BLaz Blue, yeah.
BLaz Blue Cross Tag Battle,
Yeah.
which is down to its cheapest ever price. It's ludicrous. It's 80% off.
Yeah, this is not a series I know too much about. I have played it. Again, I believe I played it on the 360. Which game? I can't even remember, to be honest. But it's a very well-loved fighting series.
Yeah, these are decent.
Yeah, lovely hand-drawn art style. It's more like the Guilty Gear type of game for me. There are different type of fighting games, and this kind of reminds me of something like Guilty Gear. But I don't know enough about it to talk any more than that. But if you like your fighting games and you're looking for something else to play, then on a silly sale price, you know.
Absolutely. I think it's like £3, £4.
Yeah, exactly right. You're going to have fun with it, regardless, aren't you, really?
Last but not least then, we've got Nier Automata. I was playing a game the other day, I can't remember which one, but it had the audio, what do you call them, the composer?
Yeah.
Had the composer of that. But Nier Automata, you kind of know what it is, I'm sure if you've watched the channel. It's like an action RPG, you're a player as an android. This is another game where the premise really wins out.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you start off like overlooking the earth and it's just a complete mess.
I was going to say the one thing I love, well, not the one thing, but one of the things I love about this is that kind of desolate future, but where the land is overgrown and you've got the greenery and stuff. I just always think that's a great setting, you know?
It really is. That does actually happen, you know? Like the greenery overtakes.
Yeah.
I bought Bethard this little greenhouse out of the allotment. I can't move it. It's been overtaken. It's filled with spiders.
No, that's the start of the apocalypse. They end up like Nier Automata.
They are. I want to grow some peppers, man.
Fair enough.
Upsetting. So that's it. That is the end of the video. Let us know in the comments if you'll be picking any of these up. Do save yourself 5% by getting 5% cash back over at switchup.gg.
Absolutely. There are other links down there to other places such as PlayAsia. If you want to save a bit of money there, just use the link down below and use our code and you get yourself 5% off of your price. From there, thank you to our patrons and our channel members for your continued support, and to each and every one of you for watching our videos. Take care, and until next time, happy gaming.